Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money and Sports Betting Show. Friday, November 24th, 2023. Of course, I was fine until we start the show.
Don't die on me now. Get her picks out first, then whatever.
Then I can die. Okay.
I forgot about the football game. Start at 3. Pro.
I don't care if you die, just do it after the show.
Don't do it. Well, we might get good ratings during the show. Maybe we get a lot of views after the fact, I guess.
Hey, whatever it takes, I guess.
Where's Glenn at? Come on, Glenn. You're usually live every time. The other one's always on there. Billy, you gonna miss the deaf?
Hey, what's up, Glenn?
There's Glenn. Glenn gonna witness the deaf.
Oh man, I was fine sitting here. Son of a bitch. Today's NFL game starting, or just got started a few minutes ago. I had some pretty good games yesterday on Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving picks didn't do real great, but my picks on Wednesday, I was 8-2. I was 2-2 in the NBA, 2-0 in college basketball, and 4-0 in hockey on Tuesday. Then Wednesday's picks. It's Wednesday. Thanksgiving picks yesterday. I went 1-2 in the NFL, and then my the one college football game I gave out was a push.
Pretty good on my Wednesday picks. I had all my hockey right. I had my one college basketball right with Marquette being Purdue. I had Toronto and the Pacers. The Pacers got beat, and then Sacramento. I got New Orleans right, and I got Dallas right. So I went 6-1 on those picks. NFL yesterday, I went 1-2. I got San Francisco right, but the other two.
Yeah. I think we pretty much had the same picks on the NFL.
Yeah, we did.
My pick for today's NFL game, I'll go ahead and give it out real quick, even though we haven't got started, since the game just started right as we were getting ready to start the show. I was going with the Dolphins at the -9.5. Even though, in a way, I almost took the Jets and the points. Just because I think the Jets starting a different quarterback might give them a little bit of a spark. And then now it looks like Tyreek Hill might be hurt, but the pick I wrote down was Dolphins at -9.5, so I'm gonna stay with that. But yeah, Tyreek Hill just taping his ankle up, and he already had, I think, an injured hand or something. Glenn said it'd be bigger than the McMahon limo explosion.
Real quick, what did you think of San Francisco game last night?
Excuse me. No, I thought San Francisco looked real good last night. McCaffrey was running the ball well. They got everybody involved. They got Samuel involved early. McCaffrey, uh, Kittle had some plays, and I got a big touchdown later in the game. Purdy played a real good game, other than the pick six he threw. He had one bad throw, but
that was tip too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he made some good. I thought he played well. 49ers looked tough. That defense. I mean, they had six sacks, and that's basically just rushing mainly the front four, not even really having to blitz any of their linebackers or anything. If they're able to do that, they're going to be hard to beat.
And they took McCaffrey out probably the last half of the fourth quarter. He didn't even play. I was listening to the game at work. Yeah, they're good. I mean, you look at a lot of people want to.
I still think I still have them as the best team in the NFL.
Want to give Purdy a hard time and say he's not a good quarterback or he's just a system quarterback. I mean, you look at the 15 games he's played, he's got as good a statistics as anybody.
Here's my thing on that. I was thinking about this a little bit last night. Everybody wants to say Purdy's no good. It's just he's a product of it's because he has Shanahan and all the weapons around him. I can make the same exact argument about Jalen Hurts. That the only reason Jalen Hurts put up good numbers last year is because of the coaches around him, A.J. Brown being there, all the weapons around him, the offensive line. You can do it with about any quarterback, but with Jalen Hurts, the year before last year, struggled. They didn't even know if everybody would say, "Oh, we don't know if he's going to be the guy in Philadelphia." He had a great year last year. What happened? They brought A.J. Brown in. They got more weapons around him. You always hear if a quarterback struggles, oh, it's because you don't have enough weapons around him. And then if a quarterback has weapons around him, we want to hold it against him. But the only reason I want to hold it against Purdy is because of when he was drafted. If he was been drafted in the first round or the second round, people would be going crazy about how he's been playing so far to start his career. He has one of the best starts to a career as ever.
Chris, if he'd been a first round pick right now, don't you think a lot of these commentators would be saying he's an MVP candidate?
Yeah. The only reason people don't want to give him that respect is because he was the last pick in the draft. Newsflash: Tom Brady was what, a 5th or 6th round pick? He wasn't a first round pick. But if you think about it, even back when Brady first started, nobody wanted to give him credit at first. The first year New England won the Super Bowl. It wasn't because of Brady. It was because of their defense, but it was because Brady didn't make big mistakes. But it wasn't like him putting up great numbers. But then he kept doing. Finally, he done it so much, people had to give him his respect. But Purdy, to me, I'm probably as a top. He's probably top 5, top 6 in my top 5, top 6 quarterback in the NFL right now.
He got to be top 5 in the league right now. I mean, I think. Real quick, shifting gears, Dallas Cowboys. I heard Romo keep saying, "Oh, they can win the Super Bowl. They can win the Super Bowl. They can win." Yeah, anything. I mean, they got to win a big game first, and he did say that. He did finally say that. They got to beat a San Francisco. They got to beat a Philadelphia. They got to beat somebody.
No, I agree. Hey, how's it going, Billy? No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, if you look, they beat up on the bad teams, but then they usually don't perform well against teams with a winning record.
Yeah,
and everybody wants to talk about how Dak Prescott's the MVP and stuff. It's how he's been his whole career. He puts up good numbers when it really don't matter, but when you get in a big game, it seems like he comes up small. That's how it's been. Look last year against San Francisco in the playoffs. Their defense done the job. San Francisco was scoring 30-something points a game. What'd they hold them to? 17 or 19, something like that.
Something like that.
And lost the game because the offense couldn't score points. And don't get me wrong, San Francisco has a good defense, but if you're going to be considered, I mean, you got to be able. If you're going to try to win a Super Bowl and be considered one of the best teams in the NFL, you got to be able to win some of these games, and they haven't been able to.
Yep.
One year he won some games against the top teams, and that was his rookie year. And he ended up barely losing to Green Bay in the playoffs. They did win some big games with him at quarterback against teams with winning records, but since then they haven't been able to do it.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he's been playing well. I'm not the biggest Dak Prescott fan per se because I'm not a Cowboys fan, but he's been playing well. But before I can put him up there in like an MVP conversation stuff, I got to see him do it in a big game.
You think Dallas is? I think they are. Do you think they're a top 5 team?
Yeah, I think they're a top 5 team right now.
I think you got Kansas City, San Francisco, Philadelphia, 3, and then I would say what do you think? Miami, Dallas.
Personally, I put Baltimore ahead of Miami.
Okay. Well, yeah, but Baltimore, Miami, Dallas. I kind of got them 3 together. I would have had Cincinnati, but of course they lost their quarterback and they're done. I think.
If Cleveland didn't have all the injuries they've had, I'd have them up. I'd have them up there.
Yep.
I'd have them up there, probably that top 4 or 5 with that defense they have. But with them losing Chubb, come and think about it, they've lost Chubb, they've lost their quarterback. Look at all the injuries they have, and they're still right there. Billy says, "I still believe we won't win a Super Bowl with Dak." Gonzo, you're 1,000% correct.
Man.
But yeah, yesterday's games we really didn't have a real close game. I mean, the Lions came back and made that game close, but
made the score close.
It wasn't. I mean, they had their chance. I think I love Dan Campbell as a coach. I think he does a lot of. I like his aggressiveness. I think he does a lot of good things. But he made a big mistake in that game yesterday. You get the touchdown to get it within 1 possession, and then you go for a fake punt on your own 25-yard line. That made that just didn't make sense at that time in the game.
Third quarter.
Yeah, it's third quarter. You just got within 1 possession. Punt the ball, try to play some defense, and get the ball back. You don't take because if you don't get it, they're in scoring range. They're in scoring range already. So. And I like him being aggressive and stuff, but that one there, I thought, and he said after the game that he shouldn't have done that to his defense. So I mean, I think he realized it, but I thought that was a bad call. Now some of the other 4th downs, I didn't have a problem with them going on 4th down on some of the other ones, and they didn't get it. You're going to have that happen, but when you on that place, and my thing is, if you're going to go on 4th down in your own 25. Why not leave your offense in and do it? I mean, I wouldn't have done it even with my offense, but a fake punt from your own 25 there just don't make a whole lot of sense. What just happened there?
Surely they're not calling that a fumble. I don't think that was a fumble.
Yeah, I didn't.
I thought his hand went forward, and I thought the receiver was close enough to it, so I don't think it was intentionally grounded either.
I better turn that sound off. Just
It was a pass.
Glenn says the only way that the Cowboys win with Dak is if they had the 2000 Ravens defense. They call it an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Say as long as it made it back to the line of scrimmage because there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah.
But no, and then you had the what was the other game yesterday? Now I can't remember.
Well, you had the Detroit game.
Oh, Cowboys and Commanders, and Commanders kept that close till the 4th quarter, and in the 4th quarter they just fell.
What the hell?
It's like they ran out of gas. That's what it seemed like. It was like, well, so what? It was only like a 7 or 10 point game going in the 3rd quarter.
20-10 going to the start of the 4th quarter. Yeah, because nobody scored in the 3rd quarter.
And then it just
went crazy.
It's like they ran out of. We're done. We played our 3 quarters. And then Dallas kept tacking on, and you get the that Bland got that pick 6.
Yep,
set the record. 5 pick 6s in one season. That's
crazy.
Yeah. Diggs better get healthy. Because this guy keeps playing like he's playing. They're not going to keep paying that Diggs that big money.
That's true. Well, what do you think before we get started on the picks? What do you think the defensive player the coach released? Where do you think he's going to end up? What do you think would be a fit? I heard the Eagles are interested.
Yeah, I can see maybe. I think Buffalo would be a good fit. But I think Buffalo could use some help at the linebacker position. I still think Leonard can play. I don't understand why we wasn't using him. I mean, he was only playing like 70% of the snaps. He used to play 90 something. I know he's coming back off an injury, but when he got hurt, we had a different defensive coordinator, and then we bring in Bradley, and he's hurt, misses the whole season. And Franklin stepped up and played well. But I mean, why can't you have two linebackers playing well? And so I didn't. So I don't understand exactly. It surprised me that Colts released him too. If you were going to move on from him, why didn't you try to trade him? Because that didn't make a lot of sense to me. Now you're losing them for, you know what I mean, you're getting rid of them for nothing.
Yep.
Or at least if you try to trade them for the trade deadline, you got something for him.
They must not, Chris. I mean, I hate to say it, and I'm not saying I agree with them. They must not thought much of him. They must have something. There's a disconnect there somewhere. Either they weren't getting along, Bradley and him weren't getting along. He didn't listen. He had an attitude. Something don't make sense.
Glenn says, rumor has it Gus said he was going to be placed on an active list. I don't think anybody's going to claim him off waivers just because of his contract and stuff. So I think he'll go through waivers and then be basically a free agent. Because I think he's still owed like $6.5 million this year and another 6.5 or 7 million guaranteed next year. I think the total number next year is like 19 million or something, but only like 6.5 or 7 million of it's guaranteed. I think, but yeah, if somebody was going to try to pick him up for this season to help with like maybe a playoff push or something, I think Buffalo would be a good fit. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Eagles tried to get him as well if they think he could play. I heard a lot of people say the Bears because he played so well in Eberflus's system. I just don't know, is Eberflus going to be there next year? That's, you know, I mean,
that's a good question.
That's the only thing on that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was one of the best linebackers in the league in Eberflus's system for.
Yeah. And now Franklin, I think is, and I think that speed stepping up and playing well kind of hurt him a little bit too. I don't know what happened there. I'm a big fan of his, and
it was I don't know, kind of a weird situation because I was excited that he was going to be back. I know he's had some health. He might still be having some health issues. I mean, I don't know.
And it sounds like he's a pretty good dude. He did a lot for the community and stuff.
He was out passing out turkeys after he got attended to people in Indianapolis the day that he got released. I mean, he was, you know, he was still out passing out turkeys to the community and stuff. I know it seemed like everybody in Indianapolis really liked him.
Yeah.
I was always a big fan. He's one of the, well, I don't have it hanging up right now, but he's one of the players of the Colts that I have a jersey of. Yeah. You two stop. All right, college football today. I had a couple picks. I went with Missouri at the -9.5 and Oregon State +14 against Oregon. I think Oregon wins the game, but I think it's that rivalry game. I think it's going to be a close game.
I kept going back and forth on that. Is that the only two picks you
got? For today for college football.
Okay, my college football for today, I've got Penn State -22.5 against Michigan State. I got Texas Tech at Texas. I'll take Texas -14. I kept going back and forth on this, but I got Oregon State at Oregon. I'll take Oregon -14. Hey, stop.
And then let's say NDA tonight. I went with 3 games. I'm going with the Suns at the -7.5 against the Grizzlies.
Hey.
Pacers -7.5 at home against the Pistons, and the Nuggets at the -3.5 against the Rockets.
Okay. I've got NBA for tonight. I got Miami +5.5 at New York. I've got Denver -3 at Houston, and I got Sacramento at Minnesota. I'll take Minnesota -3.5.
College basketball tonight. I'm went with 2 games. I'm going with Baylor at the -2.5 against Florida, and Kentucky at the -18.5 against Marshall.
Okay, I didn't have any college basketball for tonight.
Then NHL tonight, I went Stars money line, Avalanche money line, and the Canucks on the money line.
Okay, I went the NHL for tonight. I went the LA Kings money line at Anaheim, Montreal money line at San Jose. I've got Calgary at Dallas. I'll take Dallas money line, and I've got Colorado money line at Minnesota. That's my NHL picks for tonight.
Well, that's all my. That's all the picks for tonight. College football on Saturday. I'm going with Michigan at the -3.5 against Ohio State. LSU -11.5 against Texas A&M. Florida State -6.5 against Florida. And North Carolina -2.5 against North Carolina State.
Okay, my college football for Saturday. I've got Miami of Ohio at Ball State. I'll take Ball State plus 4.5. I'm going opposite of you. I got Ohio State plus 3.5 at Michigan. I got Alabama -13.5 at Auburn. I got Arizona -10.5 at Arizona State. And I got Georgia's -24 points at Georgia Tech. That's my college football for Saturday.
Yeah, I think the Ohio State Michigan game is going to be a real good game. I just think Michigan's going to be a little too physical for them with the run game. So we've seen Rutgers and some other teams rush for like 200 yards, 160 something yards, and I think that's going to be for Ohio State to win the game. I think that's going to be the key. Is they're going to have to figure out a way to stop that Michigan running game.
I think Michigan beats them, but I think I'm taking the 3.5. I don't think they'll beat them by more than 3. So that's why I took the points.
Oh yeah, I'd much rather have it at 3 than 3.5. But yeah, I like. But plus, I ain't gonna lie, I'd like to see Michigan win just because of all the stuff that's happened.
I like to see Michigan win it all. But I'm a Big Ten fan. If Ohio State does well, I'm okay with that too.
NFL on Sunday, I'm going with the Titans -3.5 at home against the Panthers. Colts -2.5 at home against the Bucks. And the Rams -2.5 on the road at the Cardinals.
Okay, my picks for Sunday NFL, I got Carolina at Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee -3.5. Jacksonville at Houston. I got Houston plus 1.5. Pittsburgh -1.5 at Cincinnati. I got Buffalo at Philadelphia. I'll take Philadelphia -3. And I got Kansas City -9 at Las Vegas. That's my NFL picks for Sunday.
All right. That's pretty much all the picks for today and this weekend. Before you have anything else before we go?
No, I think I'm good.
Don't forget, join us Monday for Gonzo's Wrestling Room, 6:30 Eastern. Looks like Wednesday at 7. We're going to have FEW owner Alex Bolton will be on the show. So join us for that. And then Sunday we'll be at FEW, be our first time there for their show, big show Retaliation, Sunday, December 3rd. So looking forward to that.
They had a real good show last night, Thanksgiving show that they had. Heard it went pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Looked like I had pretty decent crowd too.
Yeah. And also, hey, everybody out there that's around the Indianapolis area tonight, you got Black Friday wrestling at WCWO. If I remember correct, doors open at 6:30, bell time 7:30. All tickets $12. They got a great card. If you've never been there, or if you haven't been in a while, I definitely want to go check that out. It'll be a great show.
Oh yeah, they always put on good shows there at WCWO. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram at Gonzo Sports Room as well. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the games, and we will see you guys on Monday.